In the news this week, athlete touts routine for guaranteed success in boxing. Federal government urges Nigerians to remain strong in the face of fuel scarcity. Plus, government reassures investors that Nigeria's economy is on the right track. And now, it's the other news.
And here's your host, Okey Bakassi.
All right. Hello and welcome to another episode of The Other News. The Other News is your weekly ride on the lighter side of the news. We have lots of great entertainment lined up today, like cars in a petrol station queue. All right. I'll get to talk to a woman who has spoken with and for the forces. Dolapo Badmos is here with us, ladies and gentlemen. Please, a round of applause. Yeah, all that and much more in a moment. But first is the other news headlines. Former governor of Delta State, James Ibori, has asked Nigerians to hold their leaders accountable. Chief James Ibori, or is it James Ananefe Ibori, is reported to have said, and I quote, "You should hold your leaders accountable by going to register and vote in the right leaders." Thank you, Chief Ibori, for teaching the people of Delta State and Nigerians a lesson they will never forget. Yeah, it's an important lesson. Meanwhile, in Abuja, founder of Youth Earnestly Ask for Abacha, Prince Daniel Kanu, has resurfaced. Prince Kanu, who led the infamous 1 million man march in support of General Sani Abacha's self-sustaination bid, says that this time he will organize a 2 million man march to promote a new vision for Nigeria. From 1 million man march to 2 million. Alaye double your hustle. Okay. In Ghana, a man has gone viral after giving a rather animated eyewitness account of a market fire.
Hey, Ghana, young kind of crew. Obiya Bodabasu. Money by a menino. I say, me kosi. Na store no kasi we ndu ye. What you think I'm catch on?
He's correct. Maybe if we get this guy to read the budget, people will finally wake up.
This is the second week of the second month of this year. Still yet, 2018 budget never show face. This part at time, yo. I mean, on the part I'm somewhere again. Make we shine our eye, yo.
I like that guy. All right, to other matters now. Actor no they die, but sometimes actor they come out. And this could be as a result of poor ratings in the eyes of these people.
Nothing was done. That is why I call it fictitious. I'm very sorry if that is the word that is bothered about. I withdraw the word fictitious and say that this is totally imaginary.
Yes, the Nigerian Senate. After rejecting Ibrahim Magu twice as EFCC chairman, they were ready to follow through, even at the Abuja High Court. I'm sure with these 340 successful convictions within 6 months, and then his secondary victory through President Buhari's bagging of the AU Anti-Corruption Championship Award, his next logical expectation might have been for the Nigerian Senate to go down on one knee and elevate him from acting bae to wifey. Unfortunately for him, his 2-year convincing audition did not seem to count for much in the eyes of the naysayers. Could anything have been worse than the Abuja High Court's ruling coming up just a few days to Valentine? And they were celebrating after. If they were Yoruba guys now, I mean, some people would have been calling them Yoruba. Anyway, never mind. Yeah. Magu, on the other hand, has been rather quiet. Apart from this recent tweet on the EFCC official page. Yeah. In other words, as I was saying before the cockroach in the Senate cabinet interrupted, corruption will be fought like never before this year. Yeah. The general assumption was that a rejection was equal to a sack. What the rejectors probably did not realize was that twice rejected, forever Odeshi. Did Magu put too much confidence in being the father of the nation's favored pick? Interestingly, his case is not a unique one. I mean, when compared to the track record of other EFCC chairs. If the head that wears the crown is heavy, the buttocks that sits as the chair of the EFCC is heavily uncertain. It's either the chair narrowly misses assassination attempts, or a certain Inspector General of Police uses a mandatory one-year course to push the chair off his seat. Isn't that type of emotional and physical trauma enough to make a person seek greener pastures abroad? Or even enough to reset a person's mindset to make them be on the other side of power? If he had won that election, a certain Inspector General might have been the one to relocate, trust me. For this guy, it was on again, off again type of relationship situation. Sometimes Mrs. Waziri won the heart of the commission, and other times Lamode was the side bae. Until that 15th of February, a day after VAIDS Day, when his relationship status became official. Yeah. What is it with EFCC chairs and the month of February? Believe it or not, when the EFCC was set up during the Obasanjo administration in 2003, the purpose of its existence was not to have a record of giving its chairs a hard time. It was established to investigate financial crimes committed in Nigeria at whatever level. We need to find a lasting solution. Not just this lady's words of advice to the couple, but proper national level couple counseling. There needs to be a confirmed bae in the house so the person can settle to cook up sweet solutions to the corruption issues of the country. I know it's almost Valentine, but these playboy tactics need to end in 2018. The way the Senate is not saying anything about reconsidering the relationship status, and Magu has not packed his bags, it's the same way we too here will be watching, like we are watching Big Brother Niger, while some politicians are still busy eating their corruption popcorn. My guest today is the Zonal P.R.O of Zone 2 of the Nigerian Police. Ladies and gentlemen, join me, please, in making welcome Superintendent Dolapo Badmos in the building! Yes! Welcome, madam. Thank you. Yes, finally, I'm very, very happy to see you in the flesh. I'll be following you on Instagram. I like that you're active on social media. It makes us actually feel that the police is your friend. Yeah. When you can relate with the police on a social level. All right, you're welcome. Thank you. Yes. What would you have been, madam, if you were not a policewoman?
I would have been a medical doctor.
Medical doctor? That's nice. So you've always loved saving lives.
That's it.
That's amazing. Okay. How we feel sometimes there are too many stereotypes about women police. Is there anyone that is wrong? Sometimes some of us feel that they don't involve the women police in combats. Is it a wrong? How many stereotypes do people have that you think is not true about the female police officer?
Well, I think the wrongest one, if I may say, is that they don't have a happy home. They don't have a happy marriage.
Oh, wow.
And it's a very, very wrong notion. And police women makes good wives, and they make good mothers.
I agree with you 100%. But it's easy to understand why people feel like that. Because there's this fear of the police. And you imagine if I'm a policewoman's husband, can I even raise my voice? But it's okay, I understand that. Yes. Have you been part of, I know you've been in the police force for some time now. Have you been part of like a major operation,
Yes.
All those kind of gang gun shooting.
Of course. I was a divisional police officer. Wow. Where we had to combat some robbers in the midnight. I led my team there. And
that night?
Yes, no.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's getting interesting here. Please, don't go anywhere. We will continue this conversation. Keep watching. All right. You're still watching the other news. My guest is the charming Dolapo Badmos. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back to the conversation. All right, madam, now that you're here with us, too many things have been happening. Recently, the administration said we're going to take $1 million out of the foreign reserve and for the purposes of fighting terror in the country. I know that the police force, I like to speak for the police force because they are the people we come in constant contact with. As the police said to the government, anything for your boys out of that $1 million. Because all of us are in this fight against crime.
Well, I will change it. It's not going to be anything for your boys right now. It's anything for the people that are securing your lives and property.
Exactly.
Well, I don't think we need to ask. They shouldn't wait until we ask. It should be given to us because there are so lot of things to be done to secure lives and property. Yes. So there must be something for the people.
Recently, the World Internal Security and Police Index rated our hardworking police officers the worst police. And as if that one is not enough again, the National Bureau of Statistics ranked the Nigerian police force as the most corrupt. Very troubling.
You see all these ratings, eh?
Yeah.
It's just
because we're looking
it's
at
just
it
mindset.
And we are afraid.
Were you involved in the rating? Did they ask you questions?
I am not. Now that is why I'm asking now.
So who are the people that did the rating now? If you are not involved, if I'm not involved, I am sure so many people here are not involved. So who did the rating now? They just sat in their room and they did the rating. How can you rate somebody that? How can you rate an organization where Somalia just send their own troops to come and understudy Nigerian police force and see how they make it happen? And they came here, we told them this is how to go about this.
Some of these people who do this ranking, is it not possible that they come when you're not watching and they check all these 2020 Ruja and checkpoints?
Have they gone to the international mission organization to go and ask them? If somebody is saying, are they not going to pity somebody that will just be on the road and then put on uniform and say anything for the boys? If he's been well taken care of, will he go and stay on the road and say anything for the boys?
That's the point. That's the point.
You know that when you have a house help that is taking care of you and he get headache, no be the house help supposed to tell you now. When you see his face, you go ask, what's wrong with you? You go say, Oga, I get headache. Now the situation where we did.
But yes, sometimes we the people, we feel for the Nigerian police and we want to help. But the IG has said, let us stop buying them beer. Now. You understand?
No, but why do you think I don't drink beer?
Okay.
And assuming I'm a DPO of a division, and then you want to help my division, is it beer you will go and stock the place and say you are helping? Okay, when you can as well buy a filling station to be giving us fuel for patrol every day. When you can as well buy a printing press to be supplying us statement forms and files every day. There are so many areas that community policing partnership can help. Yeah. I don't think beer buying is part of them.
Okay. But now that you mentioned community policing, are you in support of community policing and what impact does it have in the general scheme of policing the country?
Well, everyone that understands the concept of community policing will be in tandem with community policing. Okay. I describe community policing as policing of the people, by the people, and for the people.
Yeah.
What community policing preaches is just about active partnership.
Okay, the community with the police.
The community with the police.
Yes.
How can we earn each other's trust?
Yes.
How can I trust the community? How can the community trust me?
Yeah.
Then how can we partner with them to achieve? If I see strangers within the community, and then I just feel they might have been there to cause havoc, how do I call upon the division? It's just a matter of tangling together.
Yes.
That's what community policing preaches. So
fantastic. And now with this your analogy or this your explanation, one would think that the police force will probably be excited at the talks of having state police.
How far have we equipped the federal police? What have we done to improve their capacity?
Yes.
Through training, through on-the-job training, through retraining, through welfareism, and all of that. Well, I will ask you, we've always had the First CID in Alagbon. ICPC came on board. EFCC came on board. I leave you to the guests. What is still happening? So relate that to having state police.
Well, for me, we are all interested in proper policing. The people want to be safe, be it state, be it federal or community. As long as if I go to bed with my 2 eyes closed.
But you have been sleeping with your 2 eyes closed.
Not recently, madam. Not recently.
Whenever your eyes are open, just call me. Let me know the reason.
All right.
Let us know it is not madam.
Take you up on that.
Don't let us. Just let us know if it's madam that is not letting you sleep.
Okay. That's another important one. Thank you very much. It's been nice talking to you. Please, a round of applause. A round of applause. And now to other matters. Do you ever feel like you are on your own in this life? Like your back is against the wall? Like it's every man for himself? Do you even feel like, there are forces in your environment trying to kill you? If you feel some or all of these things, congratulations. You live in Nigeria. Yes. And that thing that wants to kill you is the government. Through acts or omissions. Some of the acts may involve military pythons and crocodile dancing and smiling in your neighborhood. While some of those omissions may include failure to produce quality health care or teachers for our kids, or failure to even produce good roads that are travel worthy. The government claims they have Nigeria's best interests at heart. They say they have our backs, but sometimes it feels like they've got their hands firmly around our necks. As Lagosians, we are recovering from the fuel scarcity body blow of December by washing their hands and mouths from all the black market petrol they've been sucking from 25-liter kegs into their saloon cars, SUVs, Okada, and all that. The Lekki Concession Company, LCC, gave them another uppercut by increasing the toll tariffs at the Admiralty Circle Toll Plaza and the Lekki-Ikoyi Link Bridge Toll Plaza. The LCC say they increased the prices because of the current economic and business realities that have affected the cost of operations and maintenance of the company's loan facilities. But did they think of the implication of the economic and mental state of the people paying the toll fees? If a company that makes money daily, taking your fresh notes and giving back dirty change, is experiencing hardship, what of the people that are living month to month on inconsistent salary, or entrepreneurs that are hustling to keep their businesses afloat? What are they feeling? Is it strong ship? If this increase is the result of extensive consultation, then maybe we should even thank God. Because if there were no consultation at all, maybe the LCC would have started charging 2,000 naira for automobiles like this. Both the LCC and the Lagos State government have refused to publish any official information on the Lekki-Ekpe concession project in the public domain. The people it affects don't even know anything about the details of that project. So they don't even price down the toll gate money. Maybe the Lagos State government did not consult with all the stakeholders because some of these people with money do not seem interested in governance. After all, Lekki people can afford it, and maybe some of them do not want to be stakeholders. Because when election time comes, they stay at home and watch the election on TV every 4 years, like say then they watch Olympics or World Cup. You see, if these acts or omissions of government can happen on a tangible project in Lagos State that preaches transparency in broad daylight, one can only imagine the type of things that may be going on in other states with less high-profile projects. We owe it to ourselves to be vigilant when it comes to matters like this. Whether you are rich or poor, in Lagos or in Zamfara, SUV or Okada, tall or short, Nigerians need to make concerted effort to hold their government accountable through their votes, protests, and through legal means like the Freedom of Information Act of 2011. Only then can Nigeria begin to be the country we want it to be. Nigeria onibajeo. Well, Dan the Humorous checks in on Nigeria's financial plans. Still to come on the other news. are still watching the other news, for those of you afraid of VAIDS, Dan the Humorous has some revelations for you. Over to you, Dan.
Despite the huge flow of cash from the sales of oil, and I mean crude oil, palm oil, and anointing oil, the Nigerian government's eye is still red for more money. And you can't blame them. I mean, these basic infrastructures are not going to build themselves. So the federal government decided to look into the tax market. And they found out that all have sinned and come short of the glory of taxation. That all you tax evaders, though your tax evasion be as red as scarlet or as blackface carrier, it shall be made as white as a bleaching cream user. And therefore this baby was born, and she was called VAIDS. So I checked in with some professionals who will know a thing or two about VAIDS. What is VAIDS?
Is voluntary asset and income declaration scheme to make everybody voluntarily declare their income and assets, and if they haven't paid taxes, to pay the taxes voluntarily. So that's the whole idea of the scheme.
That means that this program is actually a trap that people are setting for us.
You know, I like the way you put it. Whether you think it's a trap or not, here's the way to look at it. If someone has been doing the right thing, you can't set a trap for them. If you haven't been doing the right thing, you're already inside the trap. So this VAIDS is to get you out of the trap.
So are Nigerians really coming forward the way you people expected them to?
Not enough Nigerians are coming forward. I think a lot of people are just asking questions. They're not coming forward yet. The thing about this issue is if somebody is very poor and they earn like 50K per month, if you go and start tracing them, you waste money to trace, there's no tax to collect. Abi? Yeah. So you trace people that are ultra high net worth so that it will be worthwhile.
Oh, so that's why people selected Davido and AY.
Of course, the guy will go and announce himself. I think he said he bought a Bentley car. Was it last week?
Million from his concert.
Yeah, you are inviting the tax man.
But you people will start discouraging these artists now. Instead of them to be singing about cars and money and girls, they will now start singing gospel song.
So avoid. Look at them. I hope they can do that quickly.
So don't you think one of the reasons or the main reason why Nigerians are actually backing out or not responding to this is probably because of the name? I mean, see VAIDS, see AIDS. I am afraid of AIDS. I don't know about you. So we decided to help you people by suggesting some names that we believe will appeal, a lot more to Nigerians and get them to participate. So we have Land and Assets Discretionary Income Evaluation Scheme, ladies.
So what will ladies do? Ladies will now come and do ladies.
We have this one. You like this one. Okay. Discretionary Asset Valuation and Income Deduction Offer, Davido.
Wow, Davido. Oh, that's it, Davido. Okay, so do you know why that cannot work? Is that not even everybody likes Davido. For example, some pastors, they make more money than even companies. If you go and use Davido to do VAIDS, they won't like it. They'll think it's worldly thing. Do you still have another one?
There's one more, which is very serious. Okay. And I think it will work very well. Okay. It's called Bills, Revenue and Ownership Keypad Evaluation.
Broke? It's people that are broke. Have you seen them pay tax before?
Because the nation is broke.
Yeah, the nation is broke, but people that were asking to pay tax are not broke. There are people who made money and refused to pay taxes in the past.
Nigeria needs to get off the shackles of total dependency on oil revenue and perpetual borrowing. So Nigerians, please come forward and declare your VAIDS. Unlike AIDS, VAIDS not a kill. Rather, it will even aid your life and existence as a Nigerian. And like AIDS that has a window period, VAIDS also has its own window period of March 31st, 2018. So come forward and declare your status. Or like the great Alan Jackson will say, softly and tenderly, federal government is calling, saying tax evaders, come home. I am Evangelist Daniel Ibori, reporting for the other news.
Amazing. See, it doesn't matter if you're Davido, ladies, or broke. Please pay your tax. And on that note, we have come to the end of today's episode. You have been amazing as usual. Don't forget that you can be part of our live studio audience by calling the numbers on your screen. Follow, like, and subscribe to our social media accounts on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Our handle is The Other News CTV. Nelson Mandela once said that it seems impossible until it's done. My name is Okey, and I will see you again next week. Thank you.